Hi, my name is Greg with Task Lighting. We want to introduce to you now the 8mm EZ connector. This connector is designed to have your connection wire insert on one end and your LED tape light in the other end. One of the unique features about this connector is it gives you the ability to infinitely control the length of wire that goes between two connection points. So you can go from very short, maybe as little as, let's say, 1 inch, all the way up to 100 feet if necessary. So we're going to go ahead now and show you how to use the connector. The first thing you'll notice about the connector is that in the 6-pack, it comes with an adhesive tab for each connector. So you can take the adhesive tab, it's double-sided adhesive, and it matches the color of the connector. And this adhesive tab gives you the unique ability to apply it to the back of the connector, like so. And now, once you make your connection to your LED tape light and your LED tape light peels and sticks to the bottom of your cabinet or whatever surface you're putting it on, your connector also has a peel and stick tab, so it doesn't become a weight that is pulling down on your tape light or falling into view. So it will remain nice and hidden and permanently affixed in place. So we're going to show you, first of all, the steps to get your connector prepped for connecting your wire and your tape light. What you want to do is, on your connector, there's 4 stainless steel screws. You'll see the 4 heads on the top. You want to back those screws out to where they're flush with the surface of the connector. That lets you know that you have enough room to slip your LED tape light in on your tape side and on your connection wire side, that the ports are wide open to accept the wire. So to go ahead and do that, you're going to want to take your wire, cut it to the appropriate length that you need. You're going to want to use your wire strippers. You'll insert your wire in and you're going to strip back about 3/16 of an inch on each side that you're going to be using for your connector. And now your wire is ready to put into your connector. So you want to go ahead and take your wire, and we like to twist the ends on it so you don't have any frayed ends that could, because the connector is compact, you don't want a wire that could stray over and get into one of the terminals that it's not supposed to go into. So by twisting your wire, that tightens it up, and then by bending the wire directly in half, it creates a tight little ball that inserts nice and neat inside the connector. Just like so. Now, we don't know which side is positive and which side is negative yet, so we need to, before we make this connection, determine how it's going to be connected to our LED tape light. So to do that, you're going to want to make sure that you have your LED tape light out, and you'll notice that it's marked with ground and 12V, which is your positive side, and GND is your negative side. And you'll want to take your LED tape light and you're going to want to remove the adhesive film that's covering your adhesive tape, and you're going to want to fold that over just like so, and you'll insert that directly into your connector. You'll use a small Phillips screwdriver and you'll alternate tightening those screws down. Now, a unique feature about these screws is they have a bowl-shaped design. The bowl-shaped design allows the screw to come down and make a connection around the rim of the solder that's on your LED tape light, giving you a solid connection on the full surface of that screw, as opposed to like a pin point that would come down where you're only getting polarity passing through just a point. Wouldn't be as efficient. So the LED tape and connector are designed together to be able to give you maximum voltage flow so that you have no voltage drop in your system. So now that we have the connector connected on this side, we're going to go ahead and put it on this side as well. Now that we have our connectors on, and as you may recall in a previous installation video, we had connected our connection wire to this LED tape light. And we know that on our top end here is our ground, and on our bottom end here closest to you is our 12-volt DC power. So that's where we need to make sure that our polarity flows through from this connector to this connector identically the same. So on this connection system, we have ground again on the top and 12 volt on the bottom. But let's say, for example, your connection was flipped around and you accidentally had your tape installed this way. You would just need to make sure that your ground wire runs from this connector into the next connector which would put ground on the bottom. As long as you make sure your polarity is correct, you'll have no trouble in your system. Now we're ready to make our connection to jump from one LED tape light to another. Keeping in mind that this wire length can be any distance that you want it to be. We're just keeping it short for demonstration purposes. But if you keep the wire short, let's say you have a corner that you need to turn, even if this wire is only an inch long, that gives you the ability to make a flexible connection point where you're not locked into a 90-degree or a 45-degree turn. So to do that, we're going to make sure again that we have our polarity correct. We're going to insert our wire into our connector. So now that we have our connections made, we can go ahead then and test our system and continue to go down the line here. So with our controller, you'll remember that we had it paired to zone number 2. So now if we turn on zone 2, we can see that our lights are clearly connected. We can still adjust the brightness up and down on our lights, and the lights will still turn on and off. So now that you see how versatile the 8mm Easy Connector is in connecting your LED tape light, you're now set to continue your installation. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we hope that you found it helpful.